se puoi partire. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to everybody. Just a few minutes from my side. My name is Alessio Bolognesi. I'm the Officer for Digital Agricultural Affairs in Federunacoma, which is the Italian Association of Agricultural Machinery Manufacturers. We are the organizer of AIM International. Maybe you know this big trade event for agricultural machinery, which will take place this year in Bologna from 10th to 14th of November. Well, I wish to welcome all of you to this joint webinar introducing the activities of two funded projects. The first one we are partnering with is AGRI-DIGITAL Growth, ADG for friends, a Central Europe Interreg project in which, Federunacom is a partner, as I mentioned, and aims to define the path leading to the creation of new expertise, the precision farming specialist, both for farmer side and for manufacturer side, helping the farm to introduce the technologies in farming activities and helping the manufacturers to introduce technologies in their machines. This project tries to define a training path, setting up living labs, we see an example today, and define an entire ecosystem to make it work. And then we are also hearing about Agri-Food TEF, the European Testing and Experimentation Facilities for Agri-Food Innovation, that Federunacoma tries to its best to support and foster, where the new technologies, AI solutions, and agricultural robots are tested, evaluated, and stressed, I would say, in order to make this solution actually effective for farmers. And we will hear a lot more later on that. Why a joint webinar? Well, first, because the innovation under test, for example, in Agri-Food TEF, require new expertise and skills, either on the manufacturer side, but also on tester side and farmer side to use those technologies. Secondly, this joint effort is also a result, and I'm actually really a bit proud of it, of one of the latest initiative of our federation, the Federunacoma Tech Days, which aims to share what the research world is doing in innovating the agricultural machinery, and where we try to create a networking environment for companies to access the knowledge and the technologies they need in order to innovate the products. Networking did work not only for the companies, I would say, but also for us all, both CRIA and FBK, Fondazione Bruno Kessler, joined the event and got in touch together, and maybe this webinar is a good result of this networking activity. Last but not least, let me introduce my colleagues Giuseppe Saia and Marcello Mongiardo, who are the souls behind most of the founded project activities, and who I'd really like to thank for their effort. We would be pleased to see all of you in AIM International 2026. AGRI-DIGITAL Growth will be present with a booth in a digital area. But without further ado, I'll give the floor to Giuseppe Saia, who will be moderating this webinar. So I thank you all for being here and wish you a good work and webinar.
Thanks a lot, Alessio, and welcome to the growing crowd. We see people joining. It's very nice. So the agenda for today is we'll have a short introduction about the AGRI-DIGITAL Growth project. We'll see one example of one of the living labs set up by the project. So there are six now of them, and we do not have time to go through all of them, but it will be an example in this case from Slovenia. And then we'll dive into the Agri-Food TEF project with our projects, with our partners from Fondazione Bruno Kessler, Józefinum Research, and Lukasiewicz, I hope I pronounce it right, in Poland. I think we shouldn't waste too much time in introduction, so I would like to give the floor first of all to Luca Masiero, a researcher at CREA, one of the main research centers in Italy for agriculture, and is, together with Patrick Marcuzzo, our, I would say, excellent project coordinator. So Luca, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Giuseppe. I'm gonna share my screen. Just let me know if you see it.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. So, thank you everyone for being here today. I'm Luca Masero from Research Center in Agriculture. It's the main one in Italy, as mentioned by Giuseppe. I'm here today with Patrick Marcuzzo. And we are running this joint webinar with AgriFood TEF. Few words about the project. The project counts 11 partners from all Central Europe, some research centers, some industry representatives, some NGOs, and a strong component from universities. The overall project has four pillars, and we will see in the four of them in my presentation. Nowadays, the agricultural sector and the, let's say, related value chain are transforming quite fast, and electronics and digitalization are getting into this, let's say, very practical world. So the needs of new competencies is on the door, and we need to upgrade education systems and as well know-how within the companies. To do this, we developed this project that has these four pillars. Define the precision farming specialist, so the new competencies required by the sector, the ecosystem, so connect the actors of the value chain to stimulate a new project, a new collaboration, pilot courses to get the, let's say, theoretical knowledge from from the different research centers and university across Central Europe, and 5 living labs to get to put our hands into the real world. Just a brief presentation of all of them. So we developed these two profiles of precision farming specialist. One is for the manufacturers. So the agricultural world has special needs, and the industry needs to take care of them. So agronomy and let's say biology and as well ecology are some of the competencies that are required for the industrial world when they are working in the field. And we see this can be done through a dialogue between agronomists and industries engineering. On the other side, the farmers and agronomists need to start talking about engineering, let's say, electronics, digitalization. So we developed these two profiles according to European qualification networks, and we will present them to the educational institutions. The second pillar is, let's say, what organized this event today, the ecosystem, an informal network between research centers and companies that aims to promote several initiatives, collaboration, co-design products, promote some funding opportunities. This is the transnational ecosystem, and this is one of its initiatives. It's an informal network that is covering all over Central Europe. So if you like to get in touch with us, you are welcome to join the ecosystem. The third pillar, as mentioned before, are these 5 pilot courses in 6 domains of precision farming. We selected the technologies that are more, let's say, innovative and required by the sector. So we are talking about sensorics, artificial intelligence, robotics, mechatronics, electrification, and data security, data storage, and blockchain. In this perspective, these 5 courses will be ready for the end of May. All the partners are working on them, and we will for sure inform you once they are ready. Last pillar, of the project are these 5 living labs. So from theory to practice, we want to agriculture is let's say is made in the field, and so we go in the field testing a solution and improving them. We have 5 case studies. 2, let's say, on viticulture, run by CREA and the University of Mate in Budapest. This second University of Mate, together with the Linz Mechatronics Center, within the project also developed a new sensor for reading the canopy of vineyards. We have a case study on big data and artificial intelligence run by Plan for All. You will see after me the case study of University of Maribor based on robotics, and you have also the opportunity to get in touch with the Josefinum Research that is working on the simplification of data usage in agriculture. And Josefinum Research is also part of the Agri-Food TEF and is presenting what they are doing within that project. That's it from my side, and I'm now giving the floor to Giuseppe so he can present the next slot of the day.
Thank you, Luca. So it is time to travel from the northeast of Italy to the northeast of Slovenia, a few hundred kilometers away. So we go to Maribor, and we have Benjamin Zeloznik from the University of Maribor, who is a researcher involved in the implementation of the Slovenian Living Lab in our project AGRI-DIGITAL Growth, focusing on robotics. Benjamin, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Thank you, Luca, for announcing me. So we're going to hear examples from the Slovenian Living Lab. Please let me know if you see the screen.
Perfectly.
Yes.
Thank you. So who are we? We are coming from the chair of Biosystems Engineering at the University of Maribor. We are a multidisciplinary study program that combines engineering, biology, and agriculture to develop sustainable technologies and solutions for managing, producing, and processing biological systems and resources. Some of our classes include precision agriculture, electronics and automation, mechatronics, computer sciences, irrigation, and other. So this ties in very well with the precision farming specialist program that Luca was talking about. Our living lab is called Agro-Robotics for Precision and Smart Agriculture. Our living lab connects research, SMEs, and farmers to co-design and test robotics and sustainable farming solutions. Our primary focus is on autonomous field robots, advanced sensors, intelligent control, and educational support for ICT-empowered agriculture. We are collaborating with the University of Ljubljana, Agricultural Institute of Slovenia, and Jožef Stefan Institute and other industry partners. Some of our key activities are developing and testing the farm-beast robotic platform, which you've already seen. We are focusing on autonomous navigation, spraying, harvesting, and we test this robot at the Field Robot event. Another one of our key activities is the Aqua Sol system, where we are developing a multi-functional canopy system for solar energy harvesting, irrigation, so water collection, frost protection, and hail protection. We are also focusing on training and micro-credentials from the fields of robotics, sensorics, AI in agriculture, student hackathons, and workshops. What's next for us? So we are supporting the AGRI-DIGITAL Growth project with other projects. We're combining the IRP 38 project, where we are going to be receiving new robotic platforms, as you can see in the pictures. We're also doing the CRP project, which is with the Ministry of Agriculture here in Slovenia, where we are setting up guidelines for smart and precise agriculture. We're also dipping our toes into training AI models and doing remote sensing. And of course, there's a lot of national projects such as PUSH, where we do hands-on agriculture research and validation through education and smart technologies. We are also planning a summer school on AI and remote sensing in the following years. And we're also developing and accrediting micro-credential trainings on precision agriculture. Since we need new farming specialists coming into the field, we are also doing Farm Beast as an extra curriculum student project where the students are able to develop the platform even further. And we are connecting students from the Faculty of Agriculture and Life Science here in Maribor with the Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science, the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, and the Faculty of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. We focus on solving agricultural related challenges and attend the International Field Robot event. So we are also supporting our students who come to study agriculture with short-term projects. These are paid projects. Students can come solve problems and they get paid for their time. Our main topics are agri-robotics and related topics. We have the inclusion of SMEs and NGOs. The typical duration is about 5 months, but usually 3 to 5 months is possible. And one team is from 6 to 10 students, which is great because one person can't influence the robot that much, so you need a strong team. And for this year, the previous year, what we've done was to develop a new credit-bearing extracurricular activity, which is officially recognized by the university and is awarded with academic credits. So the students get something in return for helping on the robot team. We're also regional and international as we offer internships, usually through Erasmus and CEPUS networks, but not limited. We're focusing on precision agriculture and wider. An example of this is the winner of our hackathon, Ahmed Senhai, who is working on UAVs. He had a chance to join the FarmBeast team and he hosted his own workshop, The Eyes of AI. And for the following activities, we are going to be doing a lot of work on micro-credentials, which is a new form of officially recognized trainings in response to the growing demands for these kinds of trainings, which is also internationally recognizable and accredited. This is all from my side. I would like to thank everyone who joined the webinar. And if you have any questions, I think we can do them at the end.
Thanks a lot, Benjamin. It's very interesting to see how the efforts of a single entity covers such a large and coherent set of activities in robotics and precision agriculture. So now it is time to go to the details of the AGRI-Food project. Just before that, I wanted to remind one thing. In collecting the registrations, we offered the possibility to registrants to also register for a quick presentation, a 3 minutes pitch of their innovation in case they have something to share, to also get some initial feedback from the experts of AGRI-Food. So we have 5 presentations foreseen at the end of our meeting. So following the presentations from AGRI-Food, we'll have these 5 pitches, which I recommend all participants to keep within the 3 minutes. Now, from AGRI-Digital Growth to AGRI-Food, which is a Digital Europe co-funded project, and Raffaele Giaffredo, who's the coordinator, will tell us more and will also introduce our colleagues from Austria and Poland. Raffaele, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Good morning, everyone. I will be making an introduction to the project, and then we'll go through some success stories
recorded
to make sure that you get a feel for what is the project actually doing. And I will be sharing this presentation with my colleagues from Marie Wenslav from Josephinum Research, introducing the Austrian node and the new success stories that we have there. And with Tomasz Jamkowski from Łukasiewicz Elpit, who will be sharing the experience from the Polish node. So back to us then, testing AI and robotic solutions and making field validation for them. So I managed to move to the next slide. Okay, so AGRI-Food TEF. TEF stands for Testing and Experimentation Facilities, and this is a set of projects. There are actually 4 TEFs across Europe that have been implemented to help companies make the last mile and therefore test their solutions in the fields before going to market. So AGRI-Food TEF in particular is focused on the agri-food sector, and we propose a set of facilities and a set of competencies that help indeed companies, third-party companies, across Europe. All the countries that have signed the Digital Europe program are indeed amongst our targets. So saying we help these companies to make sure that there are there are solutions that are about to go to market, can be properly tested, especially when they are associated with AI and robotics. So we are in the consortium represented by 9 different countries that you see in that map there. We have 36, I think, or 37 partners across those countries. But as I was mentioning, the services that we provide are not only focused within those countries, but also we are expanding outside. And we have the commitment indeed to provide services outside the countries that are involved in the project. So this is a little bit the need that we saw. So if you look at the little shop in the middle with SME tag on top, this is when you have an SME, then you are definitely equipped with just what it takes to get your startup up and running, SME up and running. And what has been experienced throughout the years is that these companies have to minimize the costs, and therefore one of the things that they do, they go to market with products that are never necessarily widely tested in real conditions, because this would be an additional cost to the company that is then not so much reusable if you think about having to test the different products at different times in different conditions and so on. So what we call them TEF customers, this is the SMEs and startups as well as other companies in Europe. They come with their own resources, which are limited, especially for testing and validation purposes. So this is where we come in, offering opportunities for physical facilities. We have a network of facilities offered by the partners in those countries. This is where indeed the customers can test their solutions by bringing their hardware, by bringing their robots, by bringing their solutions. But not only physical facilities, we also have competencies to assess, as will be seen from a digital perspective, the quality of the solutions that are about to hit the market. So on the technology front, therefore, we provide support for AI and robotics. Benchmarking of robotics is another application that we do. So we are testing really whether AI and robotic solutions are performing as expected. On the compliance side, there's an AI Act that has become enforced recently. So there are all legal implications that are affecting all the the manufacturers of machinery, for example. So they need to know what it takes to get a product safely on the market. And this is where we help companies to indeed assess the automation of those products. Thirdly, we have a business support. Therefore, we, by testing solutions directly in the field, involving often also the farmers, we have an insight as to what the adoption potential is for the solution that these companies are planning to get to market. So, what is the value in the agri-food sector? So we are pretty much focusing on overall fields of applications that have been recently thriving, let's say, in the agricultural sector, focusing on solutions for precision agriculture. AI and robotics is used for crops monitoring and is used for automation. So from our perspective within this, let's say, overall agricultural sector, we look at those solutions that are likely to create more impact. So we want to build a sustainable business out of the execution of this project, and this is one of our targets, creating facilities that indeed will provide useful services beyond the duration of the project. And therefore, we are targeting solutions that are impactful. They bring high value to the farmers when it comes to, for example, saving their time, when it comes to saving on the chemicals they use, fertilizers, pesticides, solutions that can indeed improve the quality of yields and the quantity of yields, as well as helping them to use less or as little natural resources as possible. So optimizing the usage of soil, optimizing the usage of water, and therefore making sure that their solutions can provide a footprint that is sustainable, environmentally sustainable. So the technology offer, you see there, a word cloud, looking at what we do mostly, efficiency of weeding machines, efficiency of irrigation, creating virtual facilities for AI testing, helping companies in the forecasts that AI can propose, yield prediction accuracy, benchmarking robotics, all the treatments that are associated with different crops, vineyard, orchard management, recognition of pathogens. So this is how all solutions that are indeed, let's say, within our pedigree and we can provide help and support for. So having introduced the project, now I'll step into a little bit number of success stories that we have collected. So the project started already more than 3 years ago, the beginning of 2023, and is expected to run 2 more years until the end of 2027. So we are organized with 9 different nodes, and you will see here 3 of them bringing forward their success stories. I'll start with the Italy one, introducing the Italian node. We have 7 partners between Trento, Milan, Pisa, and Naples. Pisa, we have the involvement of Trust IT services that are engaged with the communication of the project at all. And then other 6 partners that are the ones represented there between Fondazione Bruno Kessler in Trento, let's say in the mountains, Fondazione Edmund Mack, as well as Politecnico Milano and University of Milan, to gather the cluster in around Milan, and then the University of Naples, who are also the leaders of the AGRI-Tech National Center So we focus on quality and sustainability of agri-food production. The focus on specifically is on vineyards, apple orchards, fourth range leaves production, livestock, as well as horticulture. The main infrastructures are open fields that are managed through many of these partners, greenhouses, robotics platforms, as well as digital environments that we have access to, and we can indeed propose to the third-party customers that we have. So looking at success stories, I'll have three of them just to give you a broad sense of what the customers that we have they do and what they ask for, what we provide them with. So the first example is GeoInference. They were our first customer, and what they do is they produce add-on on agri implements that can monitor different type of crops for creating forecasts about yield, caliber estimation when we talk about fruits, phenotyping, and growing patterns monitoring. What they did ask us for was to benchmark some hardware that they had for AI edge real-time operations. So once they go in the fields with those devices, they're not necessarily connected to the backend cloud, and therefore they must make all their operations at the edge. So they needed lean algorithms that would process all the images that the camera would collect as they would get attached to the tractor going on doing its treatments. And I wanted to make sure that the hardware that they would use for that purpose would be indeed capable of processing at a high rate the images and producing the outcomes. So be it assessing the number of apples on a tree, for example, or in a line or in a field, therefore bringing forward fruit yield estimation, as well as measuring the caliber and producing a profile for how the crop is doing. So bottom right, you see the AI at the edge assessment. This is one of the services that we have been providing them support for. Another case story, Energies. This is another, again, I'm focusing here on companies that have given us the ability to, or the go-ahead in sharing publicly what they do. This is a farm management information system company. They focus on viticulture, and they've got phenology prediction models for crop protection and decision support systems that they provide to the farmers. In their case, what they asked for was a little bit more on the quality of data sets that they use for their prediction models. So the idea was really to look at new meteorological sources that would add higher granularity to their let's say monitoring capabilities, and would assess with them the efficiency of AI-driven decision support system when it comes to crop protection actions and decision on when to indeed treat or the vineyards. So here the focus was more on data quality and the assessment of their AI solution to make sure that as they would ingest additional data sets, then they would provide more, let's say, reliable information to the farmers. The third and last from Italy is AI Spot. This is as well another local company that what they do is detect and identify pathogens in the field, real time with AI. You see in the picture a box that they produce. Inside that box, then there are traps for different type of pathogens, spores, as well as different type of insects. And what they asked for was help with their quality, the quality of their AI algorithms in spotting different type of pathogens, different type of spores. And I wanted help with training their deep learning object detection algorithms. So just this is more to do with computer vision competencies, helping companies with AI perception. So that's a little bit what we do here at Italian node level. I will now hand over to my colleague, Marie Wenslav from Josephine Research to tell us a little bit more about the Austrian node.
Thank you, Raffaella. Yes, like it was already announced, my name is Marie Wenslav, working for Josephine Research in Austria. I'm happy to provide some insights in the work of the Austrian AGRI-DIGITAL node by sharing one specific example of successful collaboration. I will briefly present the collaboration between Josephine Research and the company Farming to test the company's innovative AI-based spot spraying solution. Farming is an Austrian agri-tech SME developing automation and robotics for sustainable agriculture. They're focusing on AI-powered precision technologies that tackle the challenges of the sector, like labor shortage, sustainability pressure, and the need for efficient resource use. Within this collaboration, we have tested the spot spraying solution. It is an AI-based spot spraying system that distinguishes crops from weeds and applies the spray only where needed. And next slide, please. Basically, there were three main aspects identified as need of the company. The need for testing of the overall performance of the system under real-world conditions. They wanted to know how precise is the application of the system in the field. So we clearly identified the need for an end-to-end test that enables us to independently evaluate the whole performance of the machine. And of course, the company needed a trusted European test partner to strengthen their credibility and support their scaling up to new markets, especially in the European context. On the next slide, I have the solution or the collaboration approach for this was that using the TAF service was the perfect match here. Our team has developed a method to visualize exactly where the spray was applied to the field to assess how precise and efficient the application was. And based on this, we have designed a service for the AGRI-DIGITAL service catalog and adapted it to the special needs of the company. So this was quite straightforward. And following the field testing, the data gathered was analyzed. The results are described in a final test report for the company, so it can further optimize the tested solution based on the results. For TEF, it is essential that the same test service is available to other companies as well, providing neutral validation and optimization support also for other spraying technologies. So finally, the outcome on the next slide. This collaboration has been very satisfactory for both sides, for the company as well as for us from the project. The company benefited with an overall evaluation of the performance of the solution, but also moreover, there are additional benefits for the company, like a robust independent test results that strengthened the company's value proposition and credibility on the market. Like I already mentioned, this company now is in the scaling up phase, looking for new markets, especially Europe. So this was also a strategic wise good collaboration. Also, the promotion of this collaboration within a success story throughout the European Innovation Network brings outreach benefits for the company. And last but not least, this whole collaboration is a replicable pathway, starting with an innovative idea, making use of the independent testing with AGRI-DIGITAL partners to reach market maturity towards validated solutions ready for scaling up. Thank you. And I hand over to Tomek to continue with the Polish note.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Right. So I will focus as well on one example of the service that we provided to the customer in Poland. From field sensor to scalable intelligence. This is about the validating the data for AI-based FMEs. Next slide, please. So guys, I'm representing, just to start, I'm representing Łukasiewicz Poznań Institute of Technology, and I lead the Polish node of AGRI-DIGITAL. We consist here in Polish node of three institutions, which is Łukasiewicz, as I said, Poznań Supercomputing and Networking Center, and Wielkopolska Agricultural Advisory Center. We work as a one-stop shop, which means that we are providing services from all three partners to the SMEs within the one agreement that the SME signs with us. We are delivering services across Europe, of course, to all countries in Europe, but of course, we especially focus in Poland companies and Central and Eastern Europe, as we are the most eastern located node of AGRI-DIGITAL. We already provided more than 100 services to nearly 40 customers, and CGFP, please return, Rafael. CGFP is a large farming business from Potuliska Foundation Group, which manages over 5,000 hectares of crop production. But they don't only farm, they also build and use precision AG tools and manage their operation based on data, providing this as a product to others as well. So that's what they needed first. They needed a scalable farm managing information system database to keep daily work efficient, enable automation, and prepare well-based ML and AI system. Throughout the years, they gathered hundreds of terabytes of data from many sensors and many sources. This was all scattered, unlabeled, or duplicated. And CGFP tried to establish good foundation for further steps within the product that they are right now delivering. As so said that the customer is building an advanced farm management information system that integrates data from multiple sources. We met them first in late 2024 in Polish Rural Network Plus meeting, which is a partnership of platform, cooperation, information exchange between public and private organizations. Shortly after, the customer visited us, where we presented our facilities, resources, technical capabilities, and then we stayed in close contact, waited for the right moment in their development cycle. Refining the service scope throughout several iterations and meeting with them. The work finally started just last year in December, and within 1 month it was finished when it comes to the first service that we agreed to offer them. We proposed in total 3 services. I will stay and focus right now on the first one, which has already been finished, which is the data validation and processing. The problem that the company was having was about the data readiness for the usage. This turned our task to transform their FME's database into a clean, consistent, high performance and ML ready foundation for the next steps. The next service is that right now is ongoing is evaluation of AI algorithms. We are verifying the AI models that works fine in the real system across seasons, fields, and data sources with clear performance metrics and validation approach. And the last one, which is not yet started, will adapt and improve the model for safe, stable deployment in operations, fewer errors, edge case failures, and predictable behavior in day-to-day farm processes, and as well a preparation for the scalability. The next slide, please. So what we delivered for the company, we focus on map and locate data check, make sure that coordinates and shapes are correct and consistent when it comes to the data. Speed and cost check, we try to find what slows the system down and increases the processing costs. We found the double record problem. We identified that with why the same assets appears twice and proposed some fixes for this. We did as well the data structure review, improving how the data is organized so it follows the good database rules. We as well focus on the missing data, point out what's missing in the full automate agro decision, taking into account all aspects as logistic and invoicing. And as well, we provide the readiness for this database, cleaning the issues that can mislead the models, like wrong links in data, gaps in time series, unbalanced samples. And thanks to this, therefore, reduce data leakage risk as well. Finally, the outcome for the customer is that right now it has the good foundation for the future development. That with the more consistent and stable database, a faster system at scale, data readiness within the database that is right now for the ML, lower data leakage risk, and as well which results in the customer feedback that the results were well received. The customer already started to implement our recommendations immediately to build as a foundation for the next two services and the development of the product. So generally, in total, just to summarize, we provide AI modeling as expertise, so real solutions for the needs of customers that are as well reflected in the physical test, digital test, and through series of technical meetings that we have with every single SME that we come across with. We pinpoint the real technical issues and offer services dedicated to solve the problem and the problems. Thank you very much for your time here. That's the end.
Thank you, Tomasz. Thank you, Marie. I'll take over now just for a wrap up. I'm conscious of the timing. I'll go very quickly. So this is what AgriFoodTech can do for you. You've seen a number of examples, hopefully convincing about the usefulness of what services can be created in this domain that help companies indeed do some testing that they wouldn't otherwise on their own resources and making their products a little bit more robust. So this is a little bit a picture that summarizes all. Testing your robotics and AI solutions before going to market. We didn't see much of robotics benchmarking, but we saw a lot about AI perception, data valorization, and this is a unique offering that indeed comes from the services of AgriFoodTech. So in order to engage with us, the first port of call is, of course, our website. There is a catalog of services that you can browse through. You can identify what is the most suitable service, and then indeed contact whoever is the provider of those services, which might be indeed selected by geography or also by relevance to the business of the customer. So we apply the de minimis, so the GBR legislation at European level. So those services can be paid through state aid, and therefore they become as let's say mostly subsidized by the European funds. So we are co-funded by each of the member states that we have engaged in our consortium. And the companies are allowed to use either de minimis or GBR allowance up to 300,000 euros of services over a 3 years window. It means that, well, in some cases, companies might have used the de minimis already, but we also have commercial offers, which then indeed they can produce some outcome that has to be paid cash in this particular context. So the technology offer is in you've seen here a little bit, just refreshing what details we have seen already. Automated sprayers for weeding, computer vision, sustainable agriculture, safety compliance. These are mostly our offers. And one of the things that we have is indeed the Digital Europe program engagement. So we are amongst the key projects that implement the European AI Office strategy. So besides that, you also become part of a wider network, which is looking into data spaces, which is looking into factories, as well as European Digital Infrastructure Consortia shortly, if that proposal goes ahead. We also have links with the European Digital Innovation Hubs. We are expected to get customers from them and pass customers back to EDIHs for test before invest opportunities, but this is, I think, all we got time for today. So this is some of the logos of the companies that we are working with at the moment. We have around 150 customers across Europe, and that will be it from my side. Thank you all. And the token is back to you, Alessio, or Giuseppe, sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Raffaele. I would like now to just ask the presenters of the pitch presentations to get ready, and in the meanwhile, I'll ask some questions to Raffaele and his colleagues. So I'll just give quickly the order of the presentations. I'd like to ask Markéta Kolerová from Plan for All in the Czech Republic to start. Then we have Gianpiero Barbieri from Barbieri. We have Boston Bozic from EFOS in Slovenia. Then Manuela Campaner from Hortitool in Portugal. And Vedat Besic from University of Tuzla in Bosnia. In the meanwhile, so these people, please get ready with your presentations, and I'll call you in a couple of minutes. But I wanted to ask some quick questions to you. So the first one is there a technology readiness level range that you work with typically, like, something that starts, let's say, at TRL 4, and you bring it usually to what level? And,
yeah,
yeah.
TRL levels are, well, we start not from low TRLs. We are expected to cover from TRL 6, 5 to TRL 8. So we take solutions that have been, let's say, tested somehow in a lab environment, and then we make them to the next step and test them in real conditions. So that's TRL 8.
Okay, very good, very clear, thanks. And you were mentioning also, Maria, and was mentioning the progress to scale solutions. Another question I have is whether your project or any, let's say, related service provides also insights on markets, because sometimes the difficulty of companies, and especially small companies, is not just to manage technology, which in many cases they do efficiently, but also understanding markets, especially if they want to go cross borders. So is there any service or experience you have done in your project so far?
On the market side, well, not so much. So we are gathering views and knowledge for the marketability of our services only, rather than the market of the solutions that we test. So, of course, as I was mentioning before, to ensure high impact, we need to target the solutions that have better chances of producing a sizable impact for the farmers. Having said that, these are competencies that we acquire by interacting with many SMEs, as you might appreciate, but this is not part of our core service offering. So we don't do market analysis.
Sure. Okay.
But we have some competencies that can indeed help, because part of our activities are meant to assess where to best position our offer. And therefore, that's a little bit what we have on offer. But as I said, not as a direct service as much as consulting while executing other services.
Thank you.
And if I may add on that, maybe it's also the perspective that AGRI-DIGITAL is aiming to provide the services cross-border. So the most of us have the possibility to provide the services also to, I shared an example with an Austrian SME, but also we have collaborated with companies from other European countries already. And for the company, it is a possibility to get insights into the respective market, meaning Austria, Poland, Italy, or the other TEF nodes countries that are participating to with the use case. I think there is a lot of possibilities to learn. Apart from that, it's not a specific scope of the service in TEF. Thank you.
Right. So if I can add, so business-wise, as Mari said, we are offering as well access to the local market and the local conditions, which varies from country to country. So probably this one can be the takeaway as well for the companies.
Thank you. So an additional question from the AGRI-Digital Growth Project. We are co-funded by the Interreg Central Europe program, so we cover essentially our partners are based in Central Europe countries. So aside from Italy, Austria, and Poland, which are also represented in the AGRI-Food-TEF project, we have partners from Slovenia, Croatia, the Czech Republic, and Hungary. So should any of these organizations wish to engage with AGRI-Food-TEF for accessing some testing facility, what would be the starting point? The website? Do they choose one of the nodes? How would you recommend our colleagues?
So we have actually some KPIs that we are expected to achieve in terms of coverage. And therefore, coverage outside the countries that are represented in the project are very much welcome. So get in touch. The website is the best port of call. And as I said, you'll see there a number of services. You might just feel more comfortable with nodes that are closer to your country, or according to what type of services you're envisaging, you might see what is on offer. Because we do have digital facilities as well that can help assess your solution from remote. So that's the best way, and most of our countries have got means for making sure that there is a registration procedure which let's say accounts for that collaboration. In other words, you will be using state aid within your state aid allowance within the country that provides you the service. So that's as well another thing that you need to think about when deciding which country will deliver you the service that you need. If you've never been in those countries, then there's no issue. All are the same to you. But just if you're using state aid, that's the rule. So you'll be using state aid in the country, and we've got allowance in each of the countries of Europe. You've got 300K allowance, more or less, of the minimis in most cases.
Right. If I can add as well, that we are looking forward very strongly for the cooperation with the companies within the countries that you mentioned. This is our aim, all of our partners. And this is what we are actually trying to do within already 3 years, strongly as well, do the communication and marketing towards the SMEs in those countries. So please feel free to use any means, our webpage, LinkedIn profile, or any other sources to contact us, and we will just start to talk and try to provide the best services within each product, each SME.
Thank you. Okay, I got another and last question from my side. That's roughly what is the duration of a process since, I mean, average, of course, since the time a company requests a service and then the service is delivered? And I understood there are iterations, like you have maybe some different phases. So, Thomas, for example, you were referring to a company being provided with 3 different services. So, what is your experience in the time?
Well, it varies hardly, but we try to provide services within the time frame of 1 month until 6 months. Sometimes it depends on the phase of the agriculture processes, but as well not to make it too long. We just want to scatter even the services within the small services, just to offer them within the time frame where the company is ready. Rather than provide one long service. So I would say that this is between the 3 and 6 months when it comes to Polish node. Maybe Mari or Rafael, you have different views on this, but this
No,
is
I can totally support this, or we have the same experiences here. But basically, or the main message would be that it's really flexible. We are with the service structure. We are quite flexible to adapt this to the needs of the company. If it needs to be a small thing that's fixed and doesn't need so much work, so it's done quite quickly, and our team is flexible to really chip in new use cases and at any time. So we are quite flexible from our side, and we have a straightforward administration procedure. I would say it's a short onboarding. It's not much time needed. It's straightforward and not requiring much concerning administrative paperwork. Yeah, thank you.
Just add perhaps a measure of how much an average service is budget-wise. So we're talking about around 40K collaborations, out of which then 20K are supported by the Europe and 20K might be supported by the member state co-funding. Though most companies tend to charge a minimum fee, but this is just for the duration of the project. That's how we are expecting to operate.
Thank you. Okay, I do not have other questions. It seems very clear and very cool, I would say, also because it's a lean process, as Mari pointed out. Now I would like to go to the presentations. I don't see questions being asked by participants at the moment, so let's go to the presentations. Marketa Kolerova from Plan for All. Are you there, Marketa? Yeah, I see you. So
yes,
please.
I'm here. Thank you, Giuseppe. Thank you, everyone, for your very interesting presentations and for all the information on the services you are offering. I am here today to showcase something a bit different, I would say. Let me just share my screen and let me know, please, if you can see it in a proper way.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Because I'm not 100% sure if we are in the same line now, Giuseppe. With the service we are actually kind of offering and wanting to spread a word about. But first of all, let me introduce myself and my organization. I am from Plan for All. Some of you already know us. We are an international non-profit organization, and we are like an umbrella for a network of partners from various countries of the world. We are mostly focusing on spatial data and digital innovation that feeds into policy support for sustainable and territorial development. We are non-profit, and I understand that the TEF Agri-Food mainly works with companies, SMEs. As I said, we are umbrella organization. We work in a network, and also we have a lot of SMEs in our network. So what we do, we have a team of developers that are working on various digital tools and platforms that are mainly used for the policy support. These tools are integrating spatial data, artificial knowledge, artificial intelligence, and knowledge systems. And they are not only used to support the projects on European level, but mainly to support the regions and stakeholders in the development. So what we mainly focus on is the translation of the results of the projects into the practice that can be used by the decision makers on regional or municipal levels. So we're not only members of international organizations like ADRA, BDVA, GEO, or OGC, but we are also very active in EU projects. What I am now to pitch is a solution that is being developed within the Polyrural Plus project that is mainly focused on bridging the gap between the rural and urban interactions. It contributes to the foresight and knowledge management and helps with the development of the digital tools that are helping the rural policy innovations. So what I would like to showcase today is some kind of a solution for the agricultural knowledge and information systems. What we have heard and seen today were mainly the machinery or the physical stuff that is going on in the fields. But we know that there is a very important part of being a farmer, leading a farm and leading an agribusiness, and that's the bureaucracy and administration. We know that on the regional and national and European level, there is a lot of documents and data being generating. It's a vast amount of data, documents, reports, results of various projects. But all these documents, if you are a farmer, how do you access it? You know, the documents are split all over the internet. That means that the knowledge that is in these documents and in these data sets, it's fragmented. It's very hard to access for a farmer, and then it's rarely reused. In our case, we would like to focus on the policymakers. So we introduce a tool, it's called JAGDO, and we want this to become a knowledge companion for AKIS that will connect, structure, and put the knowledge that is into these data sets and documents into context. Not only create another, let's say, storage for these documents. So how it works, it connects the large language models with geodata from Earth observation, from sensors. It works in multiple levels, puts it together into GeoReg and gives contextual information that is directed directly into for the farmers or the policymakers, which means they are getting the knowledge that is put into context and also knowledge that is, let's say, regulation aware, because policymakers and farmers, they cannot have every regulations that was published on the level of nations or European level. They don't know that, but this system can help them find this particular laws or regulations and put it into context with what they actually need. So what is innovative on this solutions, let's say? It's not a document storage, it's a system that helps understand the knowledge that is put in these documents. It connects the research, it connects the policy, as I was talking about the regulations, and the practice across the projects and across the regions. It supports the evidence-based decision making. That's the most important thing, I would say. And it also preserves the results of the project, because sometimes it happens that a project is at the end and no one actually uses the outputs, the results. But once you have these tools working, actively working with the results, with the information, it presents, it preserves the information. So what we would like to do, we would like to test Jackdaw as a layer that would integrate the knowledge and decision support by, let's say, finding a pilot that would integrate the data sets that are related to a case and various project outputs and makes and validate that with policymakers, advisors, and innovation actors. So that's why we are actually seeking public partners, private partners, or technical partners to create a team that would, in a time frame of 6 to 12 months, help us validate the Jackdaw and use the iterative testing to create the feedback. So what's more in that, we don't not only want to test and validate the Jackdaw, but what's beyond, it's that those are the results for the decision makers. We want to see that the access to the information is really improved, that they spend less time in identifying the best practices that are not only around them, meaning in the regional context, but also in a European level. As I said already, the results of the projects of the EU will be preserved and reused actually further. So if you want to actually, if you find it interesting and want to work with us on this pilot, I would like you to reach out to us for further cooperation. We will see. Yeah, I think that's it from my side. I'm not sure, Giuseppe, if we are in the same line as I said. But
thanks, Marketa.
We thought that it would be a nice opportunity to showcase what we are actually working on.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Marketa. I just to remind everyone of why we're sort of sharing these presentations is to, first of all, because we believe in the principle of open innovation and availability to collaborate between different organizations across different countries. And also, this might be a first, let's say, step to get some feedback if the colleagues from AgriFoodTech feel that they would like to comment on this, on whether it would be, let's say, a good case to maybe with some potential to apply for services within AgriFoodTech. So I will leave.
Yeah, so if I can make a comment to this, sound interesting. I believe it is language agnostic, right, Marketa?
I would love to answer you, but I'm not a technician. I have no technical background.
Well, that's
I
fine.
only know that it combines the LLMs and the geospatial information.
And
How
then-
it actually works in reality is that you have a map where you select a region, and then you can actually chat with the agent. You ask a question to this agent that is related to the region you have selected on the map. And based on the data that are filled in the system, the agent is giving you a contextualized answer to your question.
What I can see here is a potential opportunity for testing it in different regions. The requirement from Agri-Food will be to identify the company, in that case, probably Plan for All, if it's not a consortium, that would indeed then apply for this type of service, which is really testing and validating such a tool in different regions. So I think it could be a service that from remote can be provided. And having said that, we would have to understand a little bit more, but what would be the counterpart SME, and just what type of legal entity we are looking at here, and see what is the rules for the countries that then are chosen to do that testing and validation in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both. So now would like to call on stage Boštjan Božić from EFOS. Boštjan.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Boštjan Božić. I'm coming from the company EFOS, the producer of the solution TrapView. First, I would like to thank you very much for the opportunity to present our solution. So let me share the screen if I can. Just 1 second. So today I would like to show that there was a lot of discussion about the TRL. So I would like to disclose that TrapView is already at TRL 9 for most of the products. And TrapView is actually an automated pest monitoring and forecasting solution. This picture actually shows the physical representation of TrapView. It's an automated trap, insect trap that is catching the pests in grapes here in the vineyard. So TrapView is currently and the solution, of course, is not just the physical representation. The first is the hardware. So there are different kind of traps for different kind of insects. And these traps, automated traps, are equipped with electronics that are equipped also with the cameras, and the cameras are taking the images of the sticky paper where the pests are caught. The traps are fully autonomous, so they are powered by the solar panel, so there is no need for external electricity source. And they are also equipped with basic weather and relative humidity sensor, temperature and humidity sensor for collecting the basic weather data. All this data is then collected by the trap and sent to the cloud via the mobile network every day. So the images taken and also the other data are sent to the TrapView platform. Then also automated reports are generated there. And users are also able to connect with their traps in the field remotely by using the user applications, either web application or mobile application. Because we're collecting...
Excuse me.
Sure.
I just wanted to tell you that the sound comes a bit low on our side, so if you could speak a bit louder.
Sure,
please.
I will try to see what's happening.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So I hope it's better now. If you haven't heard anything, you can of course I can repeat some of the parts. Because we're collecting a lot of data. So we use automated recognition of the insects. So we use machine vision for analyzing the images, so detecting the insects. And there's a lot of data in the platform, so we also use machine learning for the forecasting of the pest population, either adult population or pest development stages, which is shown here on the second two screens. So these are the forecasts that are also provided by TrapView. And what that means, that actually means that the decision makers, farmers, usually agronomists, technicians, production managers, are able to better decide when is the optimal time for crop protection application. And with this, there are several advantages of this. So the first one is reduction of the number of spraying. That means that less insecticides need to be used. Of course, the efficiency of the insecticides, not just traditional, also biologicals, the efficiency of those products is increased. And of course, at the end, better quality of the products, of the yield, increased yield, and so on. But at the end, knowing when and where to apply the crop protection is the main advantage of the TrapView platform. Another, just a few, because I saw that the organizations are focused on a few main crops. So I will share just a little bit of experience. Because we are currently monitoring more than 70 different insect species, most of them Lepidoptera, but also some Diptera. So Helicobacter parmigera is one of the major pests in processing tomato. Tuta absoluta in greenhouses for tomato as well. Cydia pomonilla, codling moth. We had some very good results in being tested with Limburg in Trentino region in Italy. Pesia botrana in grapes. We have very good models for that. And also in olives, Pacucera oleae is a major pest in the olive production that we are also able to monitor quite well. So these are, let's say, the products that we already have that are commercially available. So they are at TRL 9. However, this year we have officially announced a new innovation that we would like to test, and this is called TrapView Aura. It's the trap that uses light, UV light, as a main mode of attraction for insects. As you are aware, insects are attracted by different things. So usually they are lured with pheromones or with food. But now we are also introducing the trap, the light trap, that is using the UV light for the main mode of attraction. So this trap was mainly developed for Ostrinia nubilalis, for corn, so for the pest European corn borer. That's a major pest in corn. But we also see many different applications of this light trap, and there is interest. We would like to test with your partners. So thank you for the presentation, and of course I would love to answer any of your questions.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Raffaele, we're
quick question. Do you work with spores as well for fungal diseases or only
No,
insects?
only insects. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, I don't know if there's any reaction or comment from the side of AgriFood TAFE. Personally, I found it very interesting, but I'm not a pest specialist.
Yeah, I saw, well, from the maps, you've been working in France and in Italy with tomatoes. So I was wondering, I mean, do you have subsidiaries in those countries, or
Yes.
you have customers?
We have. So we are not a startup anymore. We are officially a scale up. So we have subsidiaries in Italy, France, and Spain, also in United States and Brazil. So we also have quite a few customers, existing customers, mostly those are big organizations, cooperatives. So we are mainly business to business on business to business model. And so in Italy, we're speaking about larger organizations like cooperatives, food producers or food processing organizations. So
of course, you mentioned that your product is TRL9, and indeed it shows from what you presented. But I was wondering for the likes of TEF type of facilities, would you have, let's say, a development team that is looking at, additional algorithms, or just would you make use of such a tool for testing, and indeed using the opportunities for in-field validation also to get known a little bit more within a certain region if that's necessary? What is your view? Because the TRL9 is clearly out of our target customers, but given that you are participating and presenting in this webinar, then I thought that you might have indeed some interest.
yeah, as I mentioned, not all products are TRL9. So I showed some of the traps that are most, or the products that are most commercially available or that are most widely used. We have, besides the light trap, so the light trap is the innovation. It's, let's say, in TRL 7 or 8. It has been tested in the field last year with very good results, but now we would like to validate it in different settings. So let's say the most interesting would be corn, but we could also use it in the orchards where there is mating disruption.
Okay.
So this is the setup where usually the pheromone trapping does not work, or it even should not work, but still the light trap could be an interesting alternative to pheromone attraction. So we also have some other model of traps that are still, let's say, in the TRL 6 or TRL 7, for example, for Haliomorpha, Halis, that I didn't show because I don't think maybe it will be ready later in the season for the testing. But this is probably something that we could discuss individually with different partners. But we have a roadmap, or let's say backlog of different ideas that we always want to test or validate.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now
Thank you.
I'm calling Manuela Campaner from Hortitool, if she's there. Are you there, Manuela? Otherwise, we go to Vedat Besic. Who doesn't seem to answer. So I guess that, okay, maybe they disconnected or found out the innovation level is maybe not the one matching the agri-food TEF. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, we don't have any further presentation now, so we kept very much within the time schedule. And if there are no questions or comments, I would like once again to thank all of you, the Agri-Food TEF team, so Raffaele, Tomasz, Marie, the Agri-Digital Growth team, Luca, Alessio, Benjamin, and also the Federal team behind the organization of the webinar, Patrizia and Marcello. So thank you all. Follow the two projects. So Agri-Food TEF for testing the innovation, and Agri-Digital Growth for the evolution of the skills in precision farming and for more collaboration with living labs. Thanks again and see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day,
Goodbye.
everybody.